You know what happens when you make a game that's successful? That's right, you make a sequel. There isn't much development history this time around, although I can give this trivia. Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage was tentatively titled Spyro the Dragon 2 during its pre-production, and for the final release in Europe, the game's name was changed to Spyro 2 Enter the Gateway. Why? Maybe it was because the word rage was offensive in Europe. But anyway, the story starts out with Spyro and Sparx glooming over the fact that it's raining all the time in the world of the dragons, wishing to go on a vacation, when suddenly they notice a new portal that wasn't even in the first game, simply known as Dragon Shores. So wait, where did it come from? Did it materialize out of thin air? Was it built after the events of the first game? Was it always there? Am I overanalyzing again? Probably the last one. Meanwhile, in the world of Avalor, Professor Elora and Hunter were trying to bring a dragon when they accidentally brought Spyro in. It turns out the realm of Avalor has been invaded by a sorcerer by the name of Ripto. His sorcery is inflicting havoc on its inhabitants, and despite clearly talking about wanting to have a vacation, it is now up to Spyro to stop Ripto. Hey, wait a minute, weren't dragons crystallized in the previous game? And what the heck happened to Nasty Nork?
It's funny you should. See, George, they're onto us!
Let's get out of here.
So basically now, in Spyro 2, we have different hub worlds filled to the brim with a variety of NPCs. Another difference was the way Spyro was handled. He now feels a lot smoother and better to control. The hub worlds are pretty fun in their own way. They might be barren, but they're small enough to be sandbox-like, but not completely barren to not have nothing to do in them. You see, this is how you do a hub world Sonic Adventure. In addition to that, now whenever you enter and exit levels, there are these cute animations that play out. The intro usually being about what the danger is, and the latter usually being the aftermath of Spyro saving the day. Man, they must really be Pixar fans.
We'll be back before Andy gets home. What? What are you laughing about? Huh? Real funny, Woody.
All right, we're losing our light. Wipe it off and let's go again.
So now, instead of the crystallized dragons or dragon eggs from the previous game, you instead collect talismans and orbs. The former pretty much being more important than the latter, though at one point you need 6 of the latter. So yeah. Getting a talisman is pretty simple, all you have to do is beat the level. Getting an orb, on the other hand, pretty much requires you to do a side quest, like winning 5 scores in under an hour in hockey, or shaking off the monkeys with your charge attack. These are fine, but sometimes you don't really have a clue of what you need to do. Like, you get what you're supposed to do, but you don't really know where it is, if that makes sense. Still pretty fun though. Throughout the game, you learn new moves with the help of Moneybags, some greedy bastard who forgot he wasn't working at EA. The amount of gems he asks you is absurd. What are those new moves, you ask? Well, they are swimming, climbing, and a headbath. Don't get me wrong, the swimming and the climbing are both very helpful, albeit clunky for the former, but hey, after I got used to them, they were the best. And the fact Spyro doesn't drown unlike a certain blue hedgehog is another bonus. Through the 3 bosses you fight, they are pretty much better, and better than all of the ones in the first game. No chasing and more threatening bosses? Hell yeah! The flying stages are back and just as fun. Although this time, there's missions here too, as you can find characters in different locations to give you a mission. you'll be doing a lot of stuff that you probably won't do ever again, so be careful.
It's time for random trivia!
Like with the previous game, if you input a set of buttons, you can unlock a Crash Team Racing demo. Sweet, at least it's better than Bomberman Kart, and don't even get me started on Fantasy Race. Hey, remember Dragon Shores? Well, after you beat the game, you can actually visit it. And if you've 100%ed the game, you can get the fire breathing power up permanently on any other file. Now that is freaking sweet. And as per usual, Stuart Copeland nails it out of the park with the music, while also giving some surprisingly atmospheric pieces for the hub world, which are a nice and welcomed addition. Like with the original, this game also received a remake in the Reunited trilogy. And just like the remake of the original, my god, does this version look so gorgeous. Not only that, but the characters have been redesigned. Some look better, some look worse. It pretty much depends. And unlike, say, Spyro 1, I'd say that the original and the Reunited Trilogy version of Spyro 2 are on equal terms, which is not a bad thing. In fact, that encourages you to play both versions to see which one you prefer. And since I have nothing else to end it on, let's show a montage using the different cheat codes in the game. I made this far too obvious that Spyro 2 is my favorite. Welp, that so covers it, as next time I cover the less than stellarly viewed finality of the Spyro trilogy, Spyro 3, Year of the Dragons. See you guys next time.